Welcome to another day kicking it with the houses. Today I decided to prep my food for dinner early today, and boy was I happy that I did. I went out to the store earlier, grabbed some green beans. I already had some potatoes at home and picked up some salmon because that is what we're going to be having tonight. And so I decided to go ahead and prep early today because typically I prep in the afternoon and I find myself eating dinner around 8, sometimes 9 o'clock. And it has been very taxing, especially with us trying to get the kids back on a consistent bedtime routine and all those things. And so I just decided to go ahead, start prepping my food and just getting it prepared so that it will be just ready for me to start cooking. And so I'm getting my potatoes all cut up. I'm going to wash them off and then dry them. And then I'm going to sit them off in the refrigerator, and I won't season them until later. The green beans, I actually sat them in water, and then I am going to come back and clip the ends off, and they will also be dried off with paper towels and then sat in the refrigerator as well. I don't know if it's just me, but my kids always think I'm like the conflict resolution manager. They've been arguing a little bit more than I like. You know, I'm all for having a healthy debate and them learning how to work through it on their own, but I feel like sometimes they like to choose anger. I'm trying to teach them how to express themselves through other emotions. And when I tell y'all, it is a task because sometimes I want to respond out of anger. I had to stop and break me a little coffee break because I realized that, for number one, I hadn't ate yet at all. And it was like 12 when I did this. And on top of that, I needed like a pick-me-up. And so I decided to make my favorite iced coffee at home. I usually get it from the local coffee shop, but I decided I wanted to just kind of invest in it myself and do it at home. And so this is me just kind of putting it together. I usually use oat milk, cold foam, vanilla syrup, and some caramel syrup, of course, and then use my espresso. After I got done with that, had to taste it to make sure that it was good to go. And when I tell you it was a 10 out of 10, it picked me up that I needed in order for me to go ahead and get started. After I got my coffee, I went ahead and started filleting the fish. I like to remove the skin before I cook it just because it's easier. And I don't have to worry about all those, flakes and whatnot. And so I usually have to buy 2 because we're a family of 5. And so here I am taking the skin off, and then I'm going to actually slice them up and then get them ready to be seasoned. Now, I did have some shrimp as well because my favorite son told me that I knew that he liked shrimp. And only the Lord knows that I didn't even know that this little boy liked shrimp. But apparently him and Aaron like shrimp. And so while I was at the store, I decided to grab a package of shrimp as well. Shrimp is not really my forte. I don't eat it. I just don't like the texture. But I did want to make sure that I included something that he and Aaron enjoyed. And so I decided to grab some shrimp. We threw that on the grill as well. And I just started seasoning and getting everything ready. Now, after this, I had to kind of hurry up because I did have an appointment coming up shortly after this. But when I tried to put this stuff in the refrigerator, y'all, the refrigerator was so stuffed that I needed to declutter and clean the refrigerator first. And so I had to stop and do that before I can even load this stuff in the refrigerator. But anyways, it turned out to be great. The salmon was a 10 out of 10. The green beans was a 10 out of 10. I added some beef bacon to it. But I'm going to make sure I show y'all that in the next video.